Hello everyone, welcome to this session. Our topic is thermocurrent electricity, and today let's discuss about the electric installation. So here we're talking about the installing of the electricity through or to various places. So we'll start discussing first some of the components when you are trying to install the electricity. Yes, there is first that is the electric plug. The electric plug, this is the device that is connected to the cable that just supplies the electricity to the appliances on one side, and the one that is pushed into a socket connected to the source of the main electric supply on the other. So that's the definition of the plug. Now, this electric plug has three wires that go through it. Now, these are just the three main wires that go through it just to enable the supply of the electricity. The first one is the live wire. This is just the one of the wires that is connected just to the one of the lower holes using just this pin brown or red in color. So live wire is denoted or is usually in brown or red in color, and you can see it when you just open the plug. The second one is the neutral wire. This is just connected to the one of the lower holes, also using a pin that is blue in color usually. So the neutral wire is usually in blue in color. So the live wire is the one that is carrying the current, while neutral wire as it is just neutral. And the third one is the earth wire that is usually with stripes of green and yellow lines or just green. So you notice them within this illustration of this electric plug. So here there are these three wires. There is neutral wire, earth wire, and the live wire. So this is just the plug that has three holes in it, and these three holes fit in these three wires. The neutral wire that is goes into one of the lower holes, also the live wire that also goes into the other lower hole. Then there's earth wire that goes to the upper hole. And as the colors, the earth wire usually green and yellow, the live wire that is usually brown, and also the neutral wire that is usually in blue. And the other parts of the fuse, I mean this electric plug, there is fuse that is there also. We're going to discuss it later on the next slide. There is also the cable that case these all three wires, and also there's plastic case that covers this plug, and there's cable clamp that is secures the cable. So how basically about this, the electric plug. Moving on, let's see the function of the fuse and a circuit breaker. Now, a fuse, this is an electric instrument which is composed of a thin wire of the aluminum or copper insulated with the rubber or plastic, which burns when current exceeds its normal value. So fuse is just kind of electric instrument that is there. It is composed of a thin wire made up of aluminum or copper, and which is insulated with these insulators such as rubber or plastic, which this thin wire it melts when the current exceeds its normal value that is required to pass through that electrical appliance. Now, the fuse can also be described as a short piece of a special wire which melts when more than rated amount of current passes through it. So that's how this fuse works. It melts when a rated amount of current more than that rated amount passes through it. It melts, and it cuts off the flow of the electricity. So that's the fuse. Talking about the circuit breakers, these are just the sensitive switches that turn off the current when there's surge of the current flowing a fault. They can be reset simply by flicking the switch to the on position. So these both the fuse and the circuit breakers are the electrical instruments that are there just to control the flow of electricity in case of any surges or there isn't normal flow of the electricity. So this circuit breaker is just sensitive switch that yes, it turns off itself when the current flowing. There's kind of a surge of it following is just a fault that can either be resetted simply by freaking or just switching the on position of the circuit breaker. So I hope it's clear about these two, fuse and the circuit breaker. So let's see the electrical faults in domestic appliances. Now, most faults you encounter are from fairly simple cause. So there are some faults that can occur of the electrical appliances while you're using various these electrical appliances domestically. Now, sometimes they are easy to track down, sometimes they are not. Now, the key to success is to use the logical and systematic approach when trying to pinpoint the cause of any fault of or just any electrical fault to the various electrical appliances. Now, a good starting point is just to get familiar with the consumer unit, whether it is a fuse type or a circuit breaker type. So this is the best or the familiar place to start, checking the fuse type or the circuit breaker type. Now, identify what circuits you have and what they do. So this is the other thing that you have to put in consideration. You are trying to identify the various electrical faults in domestic appliances. You probably have several lighting circuits, probably one on each floor or several these socket circuits, the link circuits are one on each floor. Now, additionally, you can have the several circuits for the individual appliances like cookers, electric showers, alarms, outdoor power, etc., etc. Now, in the event of a fault, you may find a fuse blows or a circuit breaker trips on one of these circuits. Clearly, the problem is limited to that one circuit. You can try to reset the breaker or change the fuse. This can probably work to such kind of electrical faults. This may well solve the problem if it has been caused by temporary overload of the electricity or flowing of the electricity. Now, if the fuse blows again or the breaker trips, you still have a fault, then you need to investigate that circuit further more to identify what kind of electrical faults causing such kind of a problem. Now, either the circuit is drawing too much current, which could be the result of a fault appliance, or you've got too many appliances for the rating of that circuit, or there's just a short circuit, which means somewhere else you have a live wire touching something it shouldn't, which will be due to one of the several possible causes. So that's how you can just simply identify and fix some of the electrical faults that can happen domestically to your various electrical appliances. Now, appliances not working, yes, few are the tips just to fix such kind of a problem or such kind of electrical fault. Try them in another socket. They probably work in another socket. The second one is that just check the fuse in the plug, see using a continuity checker. That's way you can try to identify what can be a problem and you can fix it. Now, if other appliances works well on the socket and you have checked the fuse, then the appliance is broken. Simply replace it or try or get it repaired by specialists. So that's all about this appliance is not working, how we can fix it. So I hope it's clear, guys. Thank you for listening. We've discussed the electric installation. We've seen the electric plug, how the various components are fixed within it. We've later on seen the various electrical force and how they can be worked out and how they can be solved. Thank you.